like priding in it that I'm the food basket of the nation. Another state is saying we want to compete with that state, and we want to even displace them as the food basket of the nation.
Yeah,
I
because
think it's a good
it
competition.
will be so, in fact, so much that even the Benue State will be learning from them.
Many State will be learning from them. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Let's quickly move into the issue this morning. We have our guest already here, Razak Kainla, the editor, Business Day newspaper. We'll be looking at the headlines together this morning. Razak, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Debo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bolaji. Good morning, our listeners.
Okay, let's take up with this story from the Nigerian Tribune. And I know Razak will find it interesting too. Well, some people will say it's not completely out of place, but let's see what it says. Food security will dedicate 2025 budget agricultural development. Ekiti State government safeguard. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Bolaji, informed that the state's budget for 2025 would focus more on agriculture in an effort to ensure food and sufficiency and make Ekiti the food basket of the country. Governor Yubanji also restated his administration's commitment to food security for residents of the state through various collaborations with investors in agri young farmers in the state. Spoke at the weekend. That is it out of place for Ekiti to say that in 2025 it will be agriculture, agriculture, agriculture?
I want to start by commending Mr. Governor, that's Governor Ibanji, for what he is doing now in Ekiti. I remember 10 years ago, in 2014, I was one that actually has a question that brought about stomach structure years ago. Uh, the former governor was just been announced as the winner of the election, the re-election, that Ayodele Tayoshi. And I said that I know that Ekiti is, in terms of industry, it is the least developed in Nigeria. And of course, it has no industry at that time.
Mm.
And I said that I know that it has all tourism and agriculture. And how did that man, I'm talking about agriculture, prepare to hit the ground running in terms of agriculture and tourism development?
Mm.
The man just said that, oh, this is a Lagos question. What I want to do is to my structure, not I don't think about agriculture or talk about tourism, and that was how that came to our dictionary. That's to my structure. That is 2014. But now, 10 years after, a governor now deemed it fit that this is time to invest in agriculture, and of course, that's why I said it is commendable for him to have started in that way. What that means is everybody will have interest in doing agriculture because Benue State does not just become food basket of the nation. It's because an average Benue man or woman, what they are thinking is agriculture.
Mm.
Even if they exist anywhere, see them in Abeokuta, see them everywhere, the Gede and all that. What they think is, even they are in Abeokuta because of agriculture. So they are everywhere in Nigeria because so an average Benue man or woman will think about agriculture every time. And that's the reason they are the food basket of the nation. So if Ekiti want to copy them, if Ekiti want to go that way, it is commendable, but we must tell Mr. Governor that agriculture is not done in the way it used to be done. Agriculture must be fully mechanized if you want to really develop that state and the whole country. Agriculture that you are doing with customers and homes would never feed even Ekiti, let alone the whole country. So we need to really look at fully mechanized agriculture and not rain-fed agriculture, but irrigation system agriculture. That will be farming and harvesting around the year, not seasonal agriculture the way we used to do in Southwest, because we rely so much on rain. And rain at this point, climate change has changed the rain cycle. And of course, if we don't get rain for some crops, they will definitely perish. So we need to try to inculcate fully integrated mechanized farming, as well as irrigation fed agriculture, rather than investing our money to now wait for rain for us to have good harvest. So I think we need to commend them for what they are doing. but we need to tell all other governors to emulate Ekiti and Benue in terms of agricultural development. We need to invest in agriculture because as of today, the inflation, the food inflation in Nigeria is more than 40%. Forget about what MBA is giving because it's not well captured. If you have to capture the food inflation in Nigeria, it's well over 40%. And if that is happening, famine is coming. If that is happening, hunger will be there. And of course, people that are hungry, they will definitely be hungry.
If one focuses more on, you mentioned something about mechanized farming. If there's mechanized farming, is there a possibility that some people will lose their jobs?
If you are looking at mechanized farming, what you are telling us is that somebody who have probably been doing 1 to 2 hectares of ridges, 1 to 2 hectares of farmland, would do 1,000 to 2,000 hectares of farmland. So you use mechanized farming in order to improve your yield, in order to improve your plantation and your yield. And that's the reason you could see that even the RITA and some other agricultural agencies, they are trying to give them high yielding seedling and seeds so that they will get more yield. So the intention is to ensure that they are producing in multiple. So that Nigerians with our population, we can have things to eat, we can also have things to export to earn foreign exchange. And that's the reason it was mechanized. But to look at the irrigation, if you look at the north, they don't expect rain. So that is why they have cultivated the irrigation system in the north. You will see the Ata Hausa every time around the year, but you will not see Ata Yoruba in some parts of the season because we rely so much on rain. So we must jettison rainfall because of the climate change. We should switch to irrigation system so that will help mechanized farming to have more yield, and of course we have more food on our table and have more to export to earn foreign exchange.
All right, let's move to the nation. Tinubu appoints Tebe to lead Nigeria-China strategic partnership. Now, following President Bola Tinubu's visit to China in early September, where Nigeria and China agreed on key areas of cooperation, the president has appointed Mr. Joseph Tebe as the Director General and the global liaison for the Nigeria-China strategic partnership. Now, a statement by the special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayo Nanuga, made this known just recently. Now, this strategic collaboration, how effective would this be? Will it be something good for the nation?
We need to collaborate more with industrialized countries of the world. And China is one of the leading industrialized countries of the world, nation of the world. And of course, almost everything is being done in China. If you are talking about mechanized farming, quite a number of these bulldozers have been imported from China. If you are talking about even refinery, China's they are having machines to do that. If you are talking about name it, it is one of the most industrialized countries of the world. We need them. Look at our rail line. It's done by China. Of course, almost everything. Look at our roads, or let's say the majority of roads in Nigeria, apart from what is being done by German, they are being done by Chinese. They need what we call knowledge transfer. They need to really teach and train Nigerians on this technological development so that we replicate what they are doing in their country. So to be knowledge transfer and knowledge transfer, the reason we are partnering China for it's nothing, because people might be thinking that we want to get more loans from them. But according to what the Mr. President is saying, is that we need them more for development, economic development, technology development. That's what we need them, and agricultural development, rather than getting loan from them. We've had enough loan from China, and of course by the immediate past government. But this time around, they want to explore more sources, more. They want to use more approaches to know how to get economic viability, in order to get agricultural development, in order to get technological advancement. So this is what we want in our country. So this partnership with Tegbe, who is a sister, Tegbe has been very, very helpful in terms of international development. Some issues being addressed by Nigeria, bilateral relations with China. So for us to take now, it will use all it takes to ensure that we get what we need. But like I said, for every policy that's been done by government, it needs criticism for it to materialize. So we can criticize them, but let's criticize them constructively so that they do better for the development of our nation.
Headlines in the national is verse 4. And now we're going to take a report from the Nation newspaper about this illustration. I was telling Razak behind the scene the other time that there is a particular elder statesman, so to say, who calls us all the time on this program whenever we discuss national issues. When everybody say, the way things are going to understand, I don't think things are going to be fine. And anyway, look, I so much believe in Nigeria. I'm very optimistic about Nigeria. And then it got to a point after so many editions, there was a day he said, I'm not optimistic, but I don't think I understand what is happening today. It was as if he was losing his faith. But hear this from the Nation newspaper this morning. Independence. Nigeria's brightest days ahead of us. Akpabio. The Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, on Sunday called on Nigerians to remain patient and hopeful, assuring them that the nation's best days are yet to come. Senator Akpabio said this during interdenominational church service held at the National Christian Center in Abuja in commemoration of Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary, which is tomorrow, 1st of October in 2024. 64th. How hopeful can I be?
It's very tiring if you consider the situation of this country. And what are those fake promises? Consider those fake promises that people have given us, including the past administration. One will be fed up, and will be fed up and will not want to do anything again in terms of optimism. But that's to say we are not getting good things in Nigeria. To say that everything in Nigeria is bad. If you have somebody like Isaac Oloide, who is a registrar of JAM and declaring more profit for JAM instead of those that have been swallowing the money. At one point, they will tell you snake swallow some money and things like that. So if you can have what you are telling us is that all of us we are not good in Nigeria. What we are telling us is that you that are even listening to me are not good. If you lose hope in this country, if you have bad heads, no doubt there are bad eggs in Nigeria that actually the clogs in the wheels of progress of Nigeria. But we must not, because of that, lose hope that our country will not be better. We need to work hard. We need to ensure that those will pray and work to remove all those shafts from the grains and ensure that the right people are there. And that's the reason they will only tell you that mandate is with people. Election will come, election will go. Yeah. What are we doing with the election? Are we getting the right people at the right places? Are we getting the bad people at the right places? So that are those things we need to ask ourselves. Individual relation that we need to ask ourselves what is happening to this country. So if you're able to do that, we will diagnose and get the right medicine for this country so that Nigeria will develop more. But a situation whereby we don't develop the country, you are losing hope, you don't join in the development effort of everybody, then we will not get it rightly. What the man said, the Senate president, were fine. He can speak from both sides of the mouth because the politician is saying the truth or not, looking at the parties that we've had from them. But that is not saying that we should lose hope. We should not, because of a politician that's not doing rightly, and lose hope. We have our BBVN, we wait for them. If you see those are not doing fine, why can't you wait for them and remove them and get the right people at the right places so that we'll be fine again in the country?
That's nice.
It's the morning flight on OGBC 90.5 FM. So, Mr. Razak, now let's go to this 12 October 1st protest. Ogun State Government Health Organizers, the governor of Ogun State on Sunday called on organizers of the planned October 1st fearless protest to reconsider their demonstration and instead engage the federal government to address their concerns. The audition of the now national president, Mr. Josiah Peter, urged all university students to shun all forms of protest as the leadership of the association will engage in dialogue with the relevant authorities to protect NOW's interest. What's your take on
This is
this?
a time to have a kind of rhetoric. I don't think youth need to be told to shelve this protest. If you look at what has happened to us in immediate past, in recent past, I want to agree with me that it's more destructive than peaceful protest. We had enters and we knew what happened to Lagos, Abuja, Kano, Port Harcourt, and some parts of Ogun State. We've had recently this peaceful that turned that went horrid in Kano, where some properties were destroyed and some areas in Nigeria. What that tells you is that Nigeria as a country, we are not mature to stage peaceful protest. And instead of us to be destroying public utilities, that we need more money that is supposed to channel for other developmental program, to now be reusing it to rebuild affordable protest, to rebuild what avoidable protest has destroyed, then we don't understand governance. We don't understand democracy. We don't understand what governance means. Because if we accuse these people of not giving us good governance, of course, what we are doing also is bad governance. Because if you destroy, we say government, we are part and parcel of government. And we are accusing those at the corner of power of bad governance. And we go protesting, destroying public utilities. Are we not guilty of that bad governance? We are also guilty. We need to shelve this protest and try to fashion another way of getting these people of getting them listening to what we want. How do we go about that? I said earlier on that youths, when elections are coming, we show laziness. But when election goes, we will criticize and we'll go violent. This is not the time to go violent. This is not the time to engage in criticism that is bad, that is not helpful for development. This is a time for us to engage in sober reflection, look at where we have heard, look at what we can do to amend situations, and what we can do to ensure that our government are doing the right thing. We have other means of course, if not because of the labor have the NLC have bastardized. Before, when Oshimole was there during the government of Baba Obasanjo, they will hold everybody to ransom. They will declare very effective who support it. But this time around, it has been balkanized. They are no longer within such influence again. But we still have ASU that's very powerful. And we can still use other means to press home our demand instead of engaging in destructive protest that we continue to run or continue to be or go back to square one, because government will need to spend money on those destroyed property, which will deny a lot of people what they're supposed to get in this government.
All right, thank you so much. Now let's go to the line so you can call in to make your contributions. 003-437-9453 or 0815-032-0226. Hello?
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
I am Ayona Odusoya calling from Jebu.
Thank you for calling, sir.
I am not at sync with the president choosing Tebi as the licensing officer between Nigeria and China on industries. I wanted that the Foreign Affairs Ministry can do that job. Who has been accused or who has been urged for us panel as recommendation issued to work towards that. This cabinet is too weary at this austere period.
Okay.
I raise my case.
Thank you so much for calling. The numbers again 003-437-9453 or 0815-032-0226.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
It's Toleranto Gerard calling from Kuyasa.
Welcome.
Talking of EKB, fact, those people have been very, I don't know what I would say that. One, two of them are in the okay. I think about two people, they celebrated when I first came to about 2-3 years ago. I was at Aran Urban Fest and I saw people with different Ankara, different t-shirts, and they say you give it. In fact, they are in my community as I'm talking about. Talking of recognized family, I commend the last immediate past functional of agility. They actually go to some communities, including my own community. And, it's up to the people that he wants to, start recognized family in their community. Because my community, who really people, they rejected it. They are listening to me. I'm not afraid to people mention them. They rejected it. When my ballet said wants to that is one in charge, they rebelled against him and told him you cannot force people. And in fact, they are biting their fingers now because when they know the impact that we are going to our community, I don't know why some people reject such a wonderful offer. But the fact is that as a optimistic person, I know that Nigeria will be good. And in Bible we are told that we should say positive. So people come to Nigeria, please they should stop. Because once anything costs, not be good. So that's just my thing.
Definitely.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, numbers 0803. Okay, you want to say something?
That's why we need to do more sensitization and awareness to our people. That if you are to see anybody, whether government or national agencies that say they want to bring a mechanized farming to your place or giving you high yielding seeds, you should embrace it and collect it from them so that we'll be on the same page. We need to encourage them to do that.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good
Good
morning.
morning.
Debo, good morning.
Morning to you, ma.
Good morning, Mrs.
Good morning, ma.
Mr. Rasaq, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
I always appreciate your contribution and your analysis.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to connect with you where the government is trying to make it a basket of the nation for food. I think it is high time it was done. Take it to farmers, and they have been depending on it, achieving much. But as you have given your analysis, we discovered that one, irrigation is highly important there. They should not, as you have said, rely on rain alone. And you said that in the north, there's a lot of irrigation system there. What is happening to us in the west as a whole? Nobody is concentrating on this agree something for us. That is the irrigation. Is it the government at fault, or the federal, the state, or anything? There is no agriculture much in the west. Number two, what are you talking about? What are you doing about the cattle rearers, the Fulani people who are destroying all their farms?
Yes.
Because people are run away from the farm and they are not going there. I'm very conversant with that area because it's my state. People are run away from the farms and they are no longer going there. What are we doing about security of the people? Then three, you talk about mechanized farming. These people should try as much as possible, or the government should try as much as possible to make these things available at subsidized way that will be beneficial to the people. That is number one. Then secondly, I want to comment on this slide. What do we get from the structuring trees? The trees destroyed some years ago are not being put in place. People are not thinking of the wastage, the manpower loss, and the life lost in strike. I think it's high time we sat down, discuss meaningfully with government, tell us their views, tell us them our views, and let them find solutions. I don't support any problem, any strike or any
Protest.
protest right now. It is not the time we go on that. Is at a place, a state where things are everybody must try as much as possible to understand, the country has been in a mess for the past for more than 40 years, and to put it to shame in a day is not very easy. And until we all agree that it is not Tinubu that has caused this problem, but previous past governments, not even one today, so many have left the country undeveloped or cared for because of selfish gains. So we should not blame Tinubu at all. Oh, please try and see. But Tinubu should try and let us see what the money they realize is being used for. Thank you very much. You can go ahead and inquiry.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning, sir.
I am Senator calling from Ishara. I want to make my comment very quick. First of all, talking about the proposed plan for tomorrow, I would say that people fight and withdraws need to fight another thing.
Yes.
The conditions they are saying that the withdrawal of
First subsidy.
should be done. And then the transition of the naira. Well, the only area that I think to talk about that subsidy removal, everybody has said it, and I said it once. It was not Tinubu that started. The only thing people ask me, even if one budget was president is three, there was no question, nothing was
Yes, already there.
subsidy starting from that.
Yes.
So we cannot blame Tinubu for that. The only thing I want to blame our president for is this extravagant spending.
Yeah.
This time I'm coming to that area. Talking about agriculture in the state, I think I want to agree with all that I've said, talked about need for mechanization. But we should not forget that when we push for mechanization, we are reducing the number of hands in farm development as well. When we do mechanization, we reduce labor on the farms. We need them for industrial development. So we cannot that's another way. Once we do mechanization, we are reducing labor for industrial development. We should be prepared for that. Number three, talking about the appointment of Joseph Kiki and Paper Bright, I think.
Yes.
So, I think it's very important that we don't allow foreign countries to come and dominate our economy. As far as technology is what we need. And I think that everybody is going to come down to think about it. And then that's what I do. Because we continue to go. Where is no? And it's I also at one time I said it's true that so I'm not sure. Yes, I'm preaching about inflation. Yes, we are not this country. If we don't love country, we are not in good place. We are excited because we love this country. Yes, that you can see is taking place so that our patients can be sustained. Let me stop down this morning.
Thank you.
Let there be quality change and tangible change that everybody will benefit from, not the other way around. That's what people are talking about. Yeah.
About strategically touched everything we mentioned this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. This is Dr. from Kennedy.
Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you very much for bringing this issue about productivity. I don't know. Maybe we're also talking about the proposed protest tomorrow.
Yes.
I've listened for more than 20 minutes to the discourse, and I'm very, very concerned too. Yes, the protest may be necessary, but not now. Why do I say so? The hardship is much. Is felt by nearly everybody. Even if you work in a multinational company, even if you are a politician, even if you are a big employer of labor, there is no way that it will not affect you. And it's affecting the lowly and the is there any middle class? It's affecting many people in a drastic manner. And there is the urgency to do something that will bring relief to all and some. Come to think of it, after 4 months, almost 4 months, salary is out, it's still there, unpaid. Not even ASU alone, all the unions within the university. Imagine if that is paid. Imagine if the salary increase has been effected before the pump price increments. Imagine if the oil market, if the fuel station, if they have allowed people to buy the products that they had before the increments, sir, while the increment was being announced, people were at the nose to buying in a particular fuel station near Fulham, and immediately the pumps were stopped, and the price was changed,
and those who the remaining parts in the new with the new price. Is that what the boss? So Nigeria's problem is about everybody. It's about followership and leadership. We are a set of people that are not empathetic, that are not selfless, and even the scripture say that we have the Quran say that we have the leader that we deserve. So we have to change. Everybody must change. And in fact, in terms of agricultural activities, in the south, we are docile.
Docile.
We are very, very docile. Sir, in the north, a basket of tomato, when I was serving, I was like, in the same country, how will this be possible? Buying a basket of tomato for like 50 naira, when it is a few months that we buy like 20 naira then in the south. All year round, they can count the number of rainfall that they have on their fingertips.
Yeah.
Yet, they go all out doing irrigation. Irrigation means fadama. Swampy area is fadama in the north.
Yes.
And when fadama won,
Yes.
they embrace it quickly because the leader said it's a good thing.
Yes.
In this place, you cannot get fertilizer in those days. It should be cheap to Cotonou.
That's it.
And even good breeders will sit on the fertilizer meant for their crops.
Wow.
But in the north, they will put it on the counter outside. They will put tear on it, and they will be selling it live. They cannot do any farming without irrigation and without fertilizer. But here, we are so dependent on rainfall. Even the irrigated people, when it is like January, February, you start taking pepper because you start getting pepper here. Because the irrigated people, they will plant their pepper near the swamp. And even if the water is not enough, they will wet. But here, we are so lazy when it comes to agriculture. And we want to eat. I can go on and on.
No, doctor. Doctor, yeah.
Doctor.
Yeah, so
Thank you,
wonderful.
Doctor.
Yeah, he's very right. When last did you see our governors? They said what our referred governor did recently, distributing fertilizers. When last did you see Ogun State distributing fertilizer? Let's start from that. Let alone Ekiti, Ondo. So it was the first time that we would distribute fertilizer in Ogun State recently. So that is telling you that they have not been assessing this fund to ensure. Fadama means irrigation in the north.
Yeah.
So now it was established for irrigational purpose. In Ogun State, in Oyo State, in Lagos State, is it the same thing? No. So we are very docile and lazy in terms of production in southwest. So we need to really improve on this so that we also have year-round farming and year-round affairs for us to not be dying of hunger in southwest.
Well, like Dr. Ayinde said, we can go on and on. But for time's sake, we just need to wrap the package at this point. We want to thank all our callers who called in to be part of the program this morning. We appreciate you very sincerely, and to everyone who contributed.
Mr. Razakarinda, thank you so much for coming. And of course, everyone that made today's production a success. We want to appreciate the editors, Tony Oyilumadi and BC Musari, the studio managers, Samuel Adeneye, ICT lady, Marian Oguni. It's been a YMC Shodipo production. I am Bolaji Eze. Said, have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day.
And I'm Debo Adeyinka. Please stay tuned for the review of editorials.